Hi, so today's video I want to explain and clarify the event and hopefully clarify what it is and why it hasn't happened yet and what to expect from it, what is involved in it, because I was confused for a while too. We get so much information. If you haven't heard about the event here, that's fine. But some people may have, and then they're confused because there's lots of different stories about it, lots of information. Some people saying that it will never happen, that a lot of fear-based information about it, saying that it's not a good thing, that we don't want it, that it would explode the earth, things like that. So first off, let's build a foundation about what the event is. So the event is a time where the 3D will basically collapse. And this wave of light, this wave of information will come through and it will basically cleanse the earth. And anything that is impure will be dissolved. So what I mean by that, okay? So it talks about this 26,000 year cycle, okay, that the earth goes through. And you can look it up. This is a legit thing scientifically in which the earth does go through a cycle of 26,000 years, where approximately 26,000 years of the zodiac signs. So we are in the age of Aquarius now, and we have left Pisces. Okay, Aquarius is the age of knowledge, of waking up, understanding ourselves, and so we are going through a rebirth, a rise, in which we do have a cycle, a natural cycle of the earth in which there is a fall. And so the fall was essentially the fall of Atlantis and the fall of knowledge, okay? And so now we are bringing a rise, okay? And so this event, we speak of this this wave or this solar flash, because they talk about this alignment and then the information coming through the sun and basically wiping out, okay, the majority. I'm getting downloads as I'm talking. They're like trying to give me how to explain, like they're giving me words. My higher self is giving me words about how the words that they want me to use. But it's basically, it will clear out and cleanse the planet, okay? And I'm going to get into that as well. What are we cleansing? What is that? But just understand that this is basically what they talk about in the Bible as well. In the last days, there will be those that are left behind and those that will be taken off planet, okay? And where are the people going? Going to the new earth, but not everybody. Some will be left behind essentially and not be taken, okay? So the event is a wave of energy, okay? They talk about it appearing sort of with colors like the aurora borealis, sort of coming through, like a cloud coming through. And so they do talk as well about some people being taken off the planet because they're not ready, their body cannot handle it, they can't hold that amount of light, and will be taken off to ships. You can look up Allison Coe, who is a hypnotherapist, and she has clients who speak of this, and there's a theme going on in which her clients talk about being taken off into ships if they're not ready. If you are ready, you will be going through the event with the waves of energy just coming in, and they describe falling to the ground, and just just enjoying the process there of changing into the light body. And my higher self was like, enjoy the process. Yeah. So it will be a pleasant experience. Okay. So the information that I have channeled is that this is a positive experience. And it is something that is still going to occur. And it was confirmed because I was getting some information, where people were talking about this is not going to happen, that the age of Aquarius is not even officially here yet, not for like another like 60 years or something like that. And so this is true, and this is accurate on a linear sense. In that, because it didn't make sense to me, because I was getting mixed information. Some people talking about the new earth, and some people talking about higher self saying the old earth, in which the earth proceeds, and there's events going to happen in the future, such as changes in our political system, changes in our medical system, and all this positive stuff happening. But it didn't make sense because it's in a linear timeline, a linear sense, as in saying, the hybrid children are coming to Earth, they will come and integrate with society, and all this stuff will happen, and it's going to take a very, very, very long time. Which for some, it's like, whoa, that's scary, here I am doing all this work, but I'm going to be dead, and I'm not going to see any of this positive stuff, Be my children, my grandchildren, right? But no, if you're doing the work, okay, you will see the new earth, okay? So let me explain, because this is all good. I'm very happy about this, because this is all positive, even if you are left behind. This is a positive thing. Okay, so further explanation though, because I do want to build a foundation, right? So I hope you understand the event and just the whole concept of that now, okay? So what is this cleansing? What is the event cleansing? So the planet, what we know of right now, and the 3D tangible world is actually an illusion. This is a matrix system and a false system in which it wasn't what we signed up for. Basically, it was hijacked. Okay, we had an organic matrix system of the Atlantis, and where all different beings from the universe came together and wanted to do this experiment. Joined DNA to form the human body, and so it was this experiment. It was supposed to be very beautiful. We were expressing ourselves, understanding ourselves, but then it got hijacked by the Archons and the reptilians. But the Archons basically took over the reptilians, actually. Manipulated the reptilians. And so really, if we're gonna, nobody's an enemy. It's all us. But if we were going to blame anybody, it would be the Archons. Which I'll make a separate video about that. But basically, Archons are a being that is not of the light. It doesn't have a soul, basically. It is of technology, which was created by a being not of this, of our universe, outside the universe, and came through. And so these Archons are basically wanting to destroy and take us over. And so there's a lot to this, but the reptilians basically enslaved us because this was their planet, and they see it as our planet, and they want to have control. So they want to control us. And then the Archons attached and to the reptilians, and will manipulate the reptilians. But this whole matrix is an illusion. The 3D doesn't actually exist. And my higher self reminds me of this all the time. Like, money is an illusion, time is an illusion. This tangible world, body we are in, is basically an illusion. It doesn't exist. It's basically a dream. It's a holographic dream that we're living in. And so when you understand that, that can actually my higher self says, bring you online. But it wakes you up. It wakes you up and empowers you, because then you become more of who you are living in this world, and you can basically, it frees you to have more control over your life. So the Archons are self-service, and the reptilians are self-service. So they want to control us. They want to steal our light and want to prevent us from waking up. So they're trying to prevent the event. They're trying to prevent it. And so they spread fear and try to manipulate us, take away our free will. And so that's basically what's going on. That's why the event has not occurred yet, is that they are seeking any way. They are losing power, but they're trying to hold on to what they got. And they know that it's a losing battle. They know it's inevitable, but this whole thing takes time. But they're trying to hold on and make this last as long as they can. And yes, so this is more than just the earth too. The Archons have come into the whole universe, and it's like a virus. It's basically like a virus. If you think about the universe, and my higher self talks about the universe, or the collective, the whole collective, being like a body, and we're all the cells of the body. The Archons are a disease that tries to make us cancer, basically. And so we'll go against the organic system, we'll go against our programming. Like, the body is meant for health and wellness, right? But then the cancer cells believe that they are not part of the body, right? They believe that they are not a cell. They are attacking themselves. So that's really how it works. So the event will come through and will cleanse that, will heal that. And so all the Archons will leave. The reptilians will need to leave as well. And anybody who hasn't learned their lessons enough, as in, Earth is like a school, and if you haven't passed first grade to graduate and to go to second grade, okay, you will repeat this cycle. However, okay, the 26,000 cycle, however, this is a positive, because then it's not going to be hijacked. It's going to be the organic blueprint again, the organic world that we envisioned. So you will have freedom, and you'll be able to succeed more, and most likely graduate the second go around, because people are getting trapped in the system. They're being reincarnated over and over and over again, and having lots of karma, because they're believing that they're not doing enough, like good enough. They don't believe in themselves. The whole thing that I get is that you can free yourself from karma altogether the moment that you decide to forgive yourself and just know that you can. You don't have to keep repeating the cycle over and over and over again. You don't need to be perfect to move on. It's just that people believe that. They believe they need to be perfect. And where did they get that? They got it from the inversion. They got it from from the reptilians, who are telling us these things, who are messing with us and getting us to disbelieve that we are the oneness, that we are God. Okay? So they want to have us not believe in ourselves and to have fear, keep us enslaved. Okay, it's very interesting because the reptilians know how this works, but they're of this self-service. So it's just really interesting. From a recent channeling I did about, if you watch the Greys and the Federation, it's just very interesting how the reptilians, they know that we are all one. They know how this works. They know about oneness, but yet they don't want to work with oneness. They want to then detach from oneness because they don't really understand it. They understand it, but they don't understand themselves as it. I hope that makes sense. So they understand it, but they don't understand it as them. Like, they don't understand what it really means to be the oneness, but they understand the laws of oneness, and so they manipulate it. It's a very interesting idea, right? So in the organic blueprint, there is a light and a dark. There is a light and a dark. However, the darkness has a purpose, and it is of a service. So it's self-service, right? But it's a service really still to the service to others, the light side. I'm trying to maintain this kind of short, so I don't know how much to go into. However, they basically have a plan before birth, and there's a part to play in the like the puzzle. Like, they have a piece in the puzzle for then the service to others to understand themselves, and they're not overstepping boundaries and then taking over the puzzle to make their own puzzle. They're, in the organic, they maintain that harmony, and they do their part in the entirety. So it would be like the body, right? And it would still be maintaining wellness, and they would be doing their job as the dark, not knowing themselves. Okay, so the dark is just a matter of not having enough knowledge to understand themselves as much as the light, because the light is growing and understanding itself, but the dark is just playing a role, right? Okay, so I'm getting back to the event. I just trying to explain how this is going. Okay, so they're trying to prolong it. I do get that the event is still going to happen. However, there is multiple events. Okay, there's multiple events. So, but there is this like finish event. But there are multiple events. The light is coming through the sun. If you look at the sun, it's so bright. so bright. It's definitely changed. And that is source consciousness coming through. I just got that download. Source consciousness coming through the sun, and it's bringing the planet back online. And the planet itself, the Mother Gaia, Mother Sophia, if you want to call her that, she is awakening, and she is coming back to the original blueprint and to the new Earth. Okay, so basically, the new Earth is 5D. Okay, and so I'm going to explain here. I'm going to show you. Okay. This is how it is, okay? So right now, our world, our matrix system is, it appears like the 3D, but this is an illusion. There really isn't a 3D. This is like, whoa, what? There's not a 3D. It's just an illusion, just a dream. 5D, everything kind of is an illusion, but 5D is really the structure of the universe. It's 5D and above. Okay, this whole 3D is like it's a program. It's a technology matrix system that has taken us over here, but it was never supposed to happen. And my higher self just keeps saying that it's not even real. So it's really just we're just playing around here. And then we have the 4Ds. The 4D is like a bridge, okay? So we are, if you're watching this video, you're most likely, and I am, over here, you know, I will kind of swing between the 5D and the 4D, okay? But our world looks like this, but we're really over here existing in this, okay? Now, right now there is kind of a split between people. So there are people over here consciously, they're at a 3D level, and then there's the 5D level, okay? And then we have the 4D that is like a bridge, it merges. And the 4D is not a place, okay? The 5D is going to be sort of like it's the dimension, right? Now, it is explained that it's not really a place, though. It's like a state of consciousness. And so this is so trippy. But we're going to exist in the same place as the people left behind after the event. But we're going to see it differently. We're going to have different experiences. Because all the dimensions exist together. They're all together. Okay? It's just that you see it differently. So like in the 4D, that is the place where like ghosts exist. But they're existing in the same place with us, but we can't see them. Okay? And so what's going to happen is that with the new earth, we are going to exist with the 3D, but the 3D can't see us. But we can communicate to them. That's trippy, right? It's going to be kind of like the ghosts who could communicate to us, and they probably see us, but we can't see them all the time. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So really, and the 5D does exist, because the thing is there is no time. Everything does exist all at once. But on a linear sense, we're going to then rise up enough so we can meet the new earth, and we can experience the new earth. And the planet itself is rising to the new earth. So the planet itself will be as a 5D, but some people won't have that experience of the 5D because they're not ready yet. So they will be reincarnated. Okay, so when the event happens, there's going to be a splitting. If you see my diagram. Okay, it's like the splitting of the earths, if you've heard of that. And so this will spread and split. Okay, so then you won't have a bridge anymore. But what is being explained to me, though, okay, is that really what's going to happen is that it's going to be the 5D and the 4D. Okay, so if you've read some books, which I've read some books, and they're like, we're rising, we're evolving into the 4D, and you're like, what happened to the 5D? Well, really, it is It is the 4D, but we have a 5D. So some people are going and they're rising to the 4D, and some people are rising to the 5D. It's just where are you going to be? So some people are staying here on the old Earth, but that's still the new Earth. It's crazy. Okay, so this is just what makes a lot of sense, because I was really confused, but then it's really just. It just blows your mind. It blows my mind. Okay, so really they're both the new Earth in a sense. That's the thing, is everybody's like telling the truth but in a different way, and only that's why I want to bring up all the information so you can understand the entire picture here. Really, there's two new Earths. It's not even the old Earth. Because the people who are coming back to be reincarnated and do the cycle over are still going to be on a new Earth, because the matrix will no longer be there. It will have like this 4D matrix and an organic matrix that hasn't been hijacked, and so that's the beauty of it. And then they will be on like a linear path. When you get to the 5D, there won't be linear, because time doesn't exist. And when you're on the 5D, it's like you can be at two places at the same time, decide to do something and not do it and play it out, both of those simultaneously. It gets very trippy when you're on the 5D, because then you experience space-time very differently. Like, it's not in a linear sense. And so what it was explained to me is that if you do go to the new Earth, you can communicate with those who have been left behind, I guess, who are on the 4D level. So it is an upgrade. As the way it is described to me is that it is like an upgrade, because the veil is like lifting, because it's like coming back to the reality that is actually truth. I hope this is all making sense, okay? I know it's a lot. It's kind of abstract. If you are at the 5D level, you probably will get it. Even if you don't, that doesn't mean you're not going there, okay? Good. Please. But on a multi-dimensional, this is speaking from a multi-dimensional level, okay? I do get excited about this because it's pretty cool. So, let's see, any last things? There is the Greys as well. It's about like 3% of the population who has been genetically modified, willingly. Like, they kind of, in a way, sold their soul in a way, and cannot hold the light enough to go to either place. They're going to be taken off planet. And it's like a de-evolution instead of an evolution. And will be on spacecrafts, is what I got. And that's how because if you look into the Greys, they say that they're from the future, and they were once humans. They are basically from this time. And they weren't able to basically go through the event, and they can't go to either new Earths. But that's okay, because they'll eventually come around. I did get some information that they are actually regretting what they did, and are because their DNA got basically taken over, and so over time, right? Like they're over time, generationally, they de-evolved, so their children became the Greys. Yeah, so they look very different, and they don't talk. They only speak telepathically. They can't reproduce, and that's why that's why they abduct and clone. Okay, I think that's it. So really what this amounts to is that the event is still going to happen. That's what I get. It's just taking a while. And timelines do shift all the time. Timelines do. We don't know when it will happen. We really, really don't. The Illuminati, the Cabal, trying to prolong this, trying to see how long they can get away with not occurring, because they want to maintain control. Archons will be basically eliminated at that time. They will be actually destroyed and go back to source because they don't have a soul to save, sadly. And so, yeah, the earth will be renewed, go back to its original state. And so those that are not at that level where they can go to the 5D will come here to like a 4D level, and will play out the rise in a linear sense of the planet restoring itself to its original state of pure consciousness, purity, and where there would be different structures, like a different money structure, different power systems, and basically come back to love of the planet, understand what we can do, psychic abilities and things like that. And then those that are ready, who have graduated, will then go to the 5D, will move on and have that state of consciousness and that experience. Okay, please let me know if none of this did make if something did not make sense. Please let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask those questions down there. I'm trying to make this clear, but I feel when I explain things, I might not be explaining it in the best of my ability. So if you have any questions, please ask them. I do want people to understand this whole concept of the event. But I'm relieved. I feel really good because it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna say that it doesn't really matter. These people who have chosen, to get recycled, get reincarnated, they'll eventually come to the 5D when they're ready, and it is going to be better for them. It's going to be better for them this go round, because they're not going to have the infringement placed upon them. And so, and I'm gonna have to wrap up. Oh my goodness. I have a session, but because Archangel Michael says at any time too, that it may seem like a 26,000 year cycle, but somebody can always get out. They can just choose, just to know that they can, and they can choose to get out and move to the 5D. It's just pretty cool. If you know your power, if you know that you can do anything, just gotta believe it enough and know that you can. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Much love. Bye.